Hello and welcome back to Mother's Day special. Yes, that's what we're going to call it, Mother's Day, hashtag Mother's Day. When I did that, I actually tried that on YouTube, hashtag Mother's Day, and there was a lot of Mother's Day stuff coming up, but obviously Mother's misspelled, so I'm glad that there wasn't anything out there that I've seen of Eminem. So Mother's Day special, there you go, that's what we're going to stick with. And today, this is probably going to be the last track from the Slim Shady LP of what I think are like sort of great underrated songs. And we've covered Role Model so far, we covered Just Don't Give Up, and the rest are either very known or are okay. Like, you know, Guilty Conscience is obviously, it's a very well-known track. Maybe I could have included My Fault. I never meant to give you mushrooms, girl. I never meant to bring you to my world. I maybe could have included that because that's actually a really good one. But personally, I think on this track, Royce and M really go. Yeah, I think they're brilliant together. Back-to-back sort of situation. Bad Meets Evil, and obviously, you know, later on, must have been what, 12 years, 13 years later, they released the Bad Meets Evil album, which, in my opinion, I thought it was really good, to be fair. Let me know if you haven't heard it, and then I'll try and cover that as a series on the channel as well. So, that being said, no more talking, more watching. Welcome back to Mother's Day, people, and if it's your first time, hit the subscribe, hit the like, notification bell, all that kind of nice stuff, and yeah, no more talking, more watching.
I reckon you ain't familiar with these here parts. You know, there's a story behind that there saloon. 20 years ago, two outlaws took this whole town over.
I think that's Jeff Bass, I believe, the producer of the track. I think that's who that is.
Sheriff couldn't stop him. Quickest damn gunslingers I've ever seen. Got murdered in cold blood. That old saloon there was their little home away from home. They said the ghosts of bad and evil still live in that tavern. And on a quiet night, you could still hear the footsteps of Slim Shady and Royce the 5'9".
I don't speak, I float in the air wrapped in a sheet. I'm not a real person, I'm a ghost trapped in a beat. I translate when my voice is read through a seismograph and the noise is spread, picked up and transmitted through Royce's head. Trap him in his room, possess him and hoist his bed till the evil explodes through his blood like poisonous. Trap him in his room, possess him and hoist his bed till the evilness flows from his. Ah, man, honestly, just excellent Eminem shit. That's what it is. And obviously talking about some exorcism and whatnot, but let's go. I float in the air wrapped in a sheet. I'm not a real person, I'm a ghost trapped in a beat. I translate when my voice is read through a seismograph and the noise is spread, picked up and transmitted through Royce's head. Trap him in his room, possess him and hoist his bed till the evil explodes through his blood like poisonous lead. Told him each one of his boys is dead. I asked him to come to the dark side, he made a choice and said, now, there's a line there where he goes, told him each one of his boys is dead. I asked him to come to the dark side. Now, there's another track featuring Dr. Dre that Eminem has, and I think it was maybe a couple of years after this album. Now, I don't know if you can let me know what the name of that track is. I know it, obviously. I'm just want to test you guys. Let me know what track I'm thinking of, which sounds kind of similar to this cowboy theme. It's Eminem featuring Dr. Dre. Hit me up in the comments, and by next week or sometime midweek, I'll probably have that as part of this little Mother's Day special series that's going on. So, but if you know that, that's some impressive stuff. So. Possess him and hoist his bed till the evil explodes through his blood like poisonous lead. Told him each one of his boys is dead. I asked him to come to the dark side. He made a choice and said,
too hard, yo, I didn't heard worse. We can get in two cars and accelerate at each other to see which one will swerve first. Two blind bandits panic, whose mental capacity holds that of a globe on top of 9 other planets. Kiss the cheek of the devil. Intelligence level is hellier than treble, peaking on speakers in the ghetto. Dismissal, I'm not a.
Intelligence level is hellier than treble peaking on speakers in the ghetto. Like the treble peaking, you know what I mean? Because the bass is just completely blown out.
Intelligence level is hellier than treble peaking on speakers in the ghetto. Dismissal, I'm not a fair man. Disgrace the race of an atheist. Intercepting missiles with my bare hands like a patriot. One track sight without source. I buried the Christ corpse in my past life when the Black Knight mounted the white horse. And stay overworked. It's like the Nazis in the nation collaborating, attempting to take over the earth.
I mean, even Royce, you know, he comes in with some bars like in this track, and I think was probably immediately after this was done, this record, like not immediately as in, you know, an hour later, but after this recording. I think that's when they had the falling out, didn't they, for a long time. And I believe Royce went to prison for a while. I don't think it was anything to do with them at that point, but you know, maybe separate occasions. But yeah, and I think in the track How Come, is he talking about Royce because he goes, you ran the streets and 9 to 5 and then it's like you did time, but obviously I just did sort of work like a 9 to 5. I think he was talking about Royce at that point. But, you know, let's go.
Track site without source. I buried the Christ corpse in my past life when the Black Knight mounted the white horse and stay overworked. It's like the Nazis in the nation collaborating, attempting to take over the earth.
Cause this is what happens when bad meets evil. We hit the trees till we look like Vietnamese people.
We hit the trees till we look like Vietnamese people. Like, is that something that you can get away with today? I don't know, but who cares, right?
This is what happens when bad meets evil. We hit the trees till we look like Vietnamese people. He's evil and I'm bad like Steve Seagal. Above the law, cause
he's evil and I'm bad like Steve Seagal. Above the law, which obviously was a Steve Seagal movie. Steven Seagal, isn't it? Rather than Seagal, but obviously he made it rhyme, so.
I don't agree with police either.
Shit, me neither.
We ain't eager to be legal, so please leave me with the keys to your Jeep Eagle. I breathe ether in 3 lethal amounts while I stab myself in the knee with a diseased needle.
He's always stabbing himself, like in the Slim Shady LP in general. He's always stabbing himself or cutting his own head off and shit like that, you know what I mean? Severing the main vein and I'm in pain.
And anybody can squeeze in range. Cold enough to make the seasons change in the freezing rain.
He's insane.
No, I'm not. I just want to shoot up and I'm pissed off because I can't find a decent
the disaster of dreads. I'm bad enough to commit suicide and survive long enough to kill my soul after I'm dead. When in danger, it's funny. Actually, my flavor's similar to a waiter. Cause I'll serve any stranger with money. I spray 100 men until...
Cause my style is... Actually, my flavor's similar to a waiter. Cause I serve any stranger with money. Like, what a line. What a line.
Play joints change while slipping bullets in point blank range like they was punches. Piss on the flag and burn it. Murder you, then come to your funeral service lobby and strangle your body to confirm it. Whipping human ass.
That's on the same level as, like, you know, I dig up your dead grandmother's corpse and throw it on your porch. That's the same line.
Murder you, then come to your funeral service lobby and strangle your body to confirm it. Whipping human ass, throwing blows, cracking jaws with my fist wrapped in gauze. Dipped in glue and glass, I'm blazing MCs. At the same time, amazing MCs. Somehow, MCs ain't that eyebrow raising to me. From all angles of us, flash a mag loud enough to cast the avalanche and bust till volcanoes erupt.
Hello? Hey, what's up?
We're coming to get you.
Stop, they know what's up. I used to be a loudmouth. Remember me? I'm the one who burned your house down.
And it's funny as well because Remember Me, that's actually, you know, an actual track. Spoiler alert, that was going to be one of my tracks from the MMLP album. That I feel it's just such a good song to listen to. Like, you know, technically, M and ABX, who would have thought it at the time, right?
Well, I'm out now. Shit. And this time I'm coming back to blow your house up. And I ain't gonna leave you with a window to jump out of. Give me 2 fat tabs and 3 shrooms, and you won't see me like fat people in steam rooms. And when I go to hell and I'm getting ready to leave, I'ma put air in a bag and charge people to breathe.
Cause this is what happens when bad meets evil. And we hit the trees till we look like Vietnamese people. He's evil, and I'm bad like Steve Seagal. Against peaceful, see you in hell for the sequel.
And Hell, the sequel, obviously, is the album that came out years later, which is brilliant because this was back in, like, I mean, the album was released in '99. I don't know when this was recorded, probably maybe that year, a bit earlier. But, you know, Against Peaceful, See You in Hell for the sequel. It's just See You in Hell.
And I'm bad like Steve Seagal. Against Peaceful, see you in hell for the sequel.
We'll be waiting.
See you in hell. Wall Street.
Yo.
Royce the 5'9", Slim Shady.
See You in Hell for the sequel.
Bye bye.
Bad meets evil. What?
Until next time.
And so, that's the story of when bad meets evil. 2 of the most wanted individuals in the county. Made Jesse James and Billy the Kid look like law-abiding citizens. It's too bad they had to go out the way they did. Got shot in the back coming out of that old saloon.
Wait, isn't that similar to Biff and Doc Brown, where in Back to the Future 3, where Doc gets shot in the back by was it Biff? No, was it Griff? In in Back to the Future 3? Mad Dog. Yeah, Mad Dog, wasn't it? Mad Dog Tannen. Yeah. Was it Biff or Griff in that one?
But their spirits still live on.
Let me know.
To this day. Shh. Wait. Did y'all hear that?
Oh, they came back, but it was like, you know, it was a lot later than expected. But yeah, if you haven't heard that album, by the way, let me know in the comments, and that'd be interesting to have a listen through, because it's probably been, I mean, the album came out in 2011, Hell the Sequel, and I haven't probably heard that for at least like 7 years or something. So hit me up in the comments. It'd be interesting to go back through it. So let me know what you thought of this, though. You know, if you hadn't heard this before, just be like, Larry, yeah, really enjoying all these tracks because I've never heard them before. And yeah, and then I'll do some bonus ones as well from this album, for example. When I do MMLP 1, I'll do some bonus tracks from there as well. So let me know your thoughts in the comments, and I'm gonna go. Thank you so much for tuning in on Mother's Day special, and I'll catch you next week. Obviously, hit the bell, hit the subscribe button, all that kind of nice stuff, and stay safe, stay alert.